the group is coming from. Because you cannot tell me that the military, the security agencies are not seeing all these things. Are you telling me that the DSS, the Nigerian police, or even the military are not seeing the clear contravention of arms law by that character? So you see, there is a clear, stuff that this man is above the law, and that the state security apparatus have seen him, and they're aware of what his antecedents. Look at him brandishing damage, and everybody's seen him, and nobody is trying to do anything about it. So I do not think that the group said anything that is wrong. I support them, and I agree with them because it's in a country where law and order reigns. This kind of thing cannot happen, and then with such impunity. So the impunity is too much. I think that the security agencies ought to rein in on him right now. They have to go after him, so that we convinced indeed that this country is a country of law and order. As a matter of fact,
his threat should be turned to the gutters or into something that should be looked down on, because for some time now you can see Asari Dokubo always come to the public and put Igbos on the table and nail whatever angles he feels that he has a sufficient strength to target. But he has been doing this consistently, and the Igbo community, the Igbo people has actually been silent, over rants from Asari Dokubo for some time now, for a very long time. I think he has been consistently doing that. Nobody has, the Igbos have not challenged him. The governors are not saying anything. The security agents in this country are not saying anything. And he continued to brag about his loyalty and relationship with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the basis for him to always, at every point in time, without any form of provocation, attacking the Igbo people. Well, Asari Dokubo should understand. Let me give him an example of what he's trying to achieve or what he's trying to plant. Let him go and ask Israel. Ask Israel, or you ask Hamas what is going on now. Your alliance in the north, or whatever seed they have given you, or whatever thing, orientation they have planted in your memory, Asari Dokubo, you do not deserve any form of respect in the first place, because you envied reality of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You envied the prosperity of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You envied the agitation, the global agitation on acceptance of Biafra. You pioneered all manner of philosophy against the Igbos' origin and said all manner of things. But nobody was there to even say anything or do anything, or even say that some of the things you are saying is correct or not. You told the same line with rain or mockery. Some of these things you are saying, you are doing, have been documented. They are documenting it. They are keeping it. They are keeping it on daily basis. When it will be used as a weapon against you, to the extent you are threatening the entire Eastern governors, threatening to kill all the Igbos on behalf of Nigeria.
But it appears as though this man have double standard, because at some point you can clearly see him singing praise.
Yes, you can see what he did to Fubara. But I think the Igbo intellectual has understood, is studying the situation now, and they are having their own perception to what is going on. I know that Asari, look at Tom Polo. I have so much respect for Tom Polo. Though he's one of the people that rejected amnesty, he never accepted amnesty. Look at the kind of respect he's commanding. Look at the kind of thing he's doing. He did not leave the resources of the Biafran land outrightly to strangers. He still find a way to make sure that he's not left out. All Asari Dokubo does was to sit down and hope that the friendship with him and Tinubu will bring him billions without any contribution, without any work. You are bragging, you go to Imo State, you keep people, who send you? The Northerners send you, the Nigerian military send you, the Yorubas send you to go, and you have become a warlord for Nigeria. To be killing or be bragging how you are going to kill Igbos. Do not underrate what you are saying. That Nigeria has never stopped Igbo for one day. I must tell you that. The world has never stopped Igbo for one day. What you are saying, what you are doing, I believe you understand the direction you are going. Igbos are not cowards. Igbos are not afraid in anymore, but they have looked at you. You are not worth the least of Nnamdi Kanu in Igbo land. That's why they just kept you aside. But the day will come when you'll be answerable to some of the things you are saying. And when the reality of denial will stare you in the face, it's not going to be long. Thank God you have been relegated finally to one local community or what can I call it? You know, chief or whatever they gave you.
Currently, he's a traditional ruler.
No, I don't want to believe that a traditional ruler of that community can come out on the public space and be saying a lot of things. I know that this actually was not what it thinks. Maybe an Igbo man, look at the one that happened in Lagos. The Lagos state governor went and arrested the chief. And we know that Igbos are being hated in Nigeria. By the time will come, Igbos will be friends to all. All will want to be friends to Igbo. It's not going to take time. It's a matter of time. And I believe that the Igbo leaders themselves, or whatever, if at all we have, to an extent now, inform the federal government about this development. You know, and it's possible that most of the killings that is attacked as an IPOB thing can be linked to this very man. And I don't know why the Nigerian security agents, the police, the army, the Igbo leaders, the governors, or Igbo think tanks, don't harness it themselves, shouldn't come out and make a statement or call the federal government attention to the continuous threats. You know, anybody that stands against the Jews of Africa will have his own self to blame. We don't want to know.
This is a man, of course, who the other time said they have a military formation. Apart from that, there was a time he threatened to bring down a military helicopter. At the time, the spokesman of the military invited him to battlefield and be neutralized. But it appears as though this man is above the law.
No, he's nothing above the law. He was just bragging. Go and ask Igbos were able to take on the world during Nigeria Biafran war. And you can see the revelation. For 3 years, they did not consult an Ejo man. Ejo man was not, if he claims he's an Ejo, he's not even an Ejo man. We know who are the Ejos. I said Dokubo is not an Ejo man. It's just because that, regionalism and regeneration make him look as if he's an Ejo man. He's not an Ejo man. You know, the Ejos know themselves. The Igbos fought for both South-East and South-South. Igbos defended themselves, defended them too. But it is unfortunate that the British propaganda was what they are using against the Igbo people because of Igbo resistance.
So, but what do you think would have made this man, talking about Asari Kubo, to say that if you have his way, that he want to remove the Igbo blood in him? Of course, it's your brother we are talking here.
Of course, there's no way he can, if he wants, He has already done that. I don't know how you want to remove it again when you said you are not Igbo. So what else do you want?
So the physical blood.
No. It's not, you have already said it. You are not Igbo. You know. So one single person in a dollar is saying that he's not Igbo does not mean that others are not Igbos. It's as simple as that. So you that is saying you are not Igbo. I agree you are not Igbo. You know. Then are you trying to tell other people too? From that, that's why one of the reasons why Wike was just very fearless in making some hidden secret. When they said that the judges are minority of the minority, you know, it was a pride, it was a hidden secret. They just sees it as a secret, you know, that nobody should be able to know this angle of the Ijaw people. But unfortunately, you know, it has become a global thing now because the whole world has come to reality. He said without the Igbo, there's no Ijaws. You know, but the northern part of the country always want to see this kind of a thing happen within the Biafran space. You know, it gives them joy. It makes them feel that, you know, they will continue to, you know, lay their pipe in or NDDC states and continue to, you know, take away because they feel that the little crumbs that come from whatever racketing they are doing there, at least Asari Dokubo will be able to have some level of crumbs from there, and that is the only reason why you see him. But I know that his era is about to end. You know, Asari Dokubo's era, you know, is about to end, and we are going to see more rationalized Tobolos. Asari Dokubo, I take a terms, you know, they're going to emerge, you know, from that angle in no distance time. I don't think they are going to work in the same direction that we are seeing, especially Asari Dokubo. You know, always you can see him. Igbos are not in the president. They are not in power. They don't hold any political power. But still, anything that happens in Nigeria, they are being factored in as the Tinubu government has broken down Igbo. That is problem in River State, Igbo. Wike and Fubara is fighting, Igbo. Ijaw is a minority, Igbo. Everywhere, Igbo.
Now
and it keeps wondering.
We have seen a situation where the president is having a talk with the Ogoni people as a way of restarting oil exploration in that axis. Remember that after the death of Kesaruwa, the exploration of oil was put to a halt. But currently, the president have renewed talk with the people as a way to renew or restart oil exploration.
Okay, let me tell you clearly, you know, that the fact is we are not looking at that angle because whatever they are supposed to do in that regard, they should go ahead and do it. You know, because the level of devastation there, you know, but that does not mean that the Ijaw people do not understand the position and the embarrassment the River State has portrayed them and exposed them as people who are fighting their brothers for the interest of an outsider. That's the picture. You know, the Ijaw people fight their brothers for the interest of an outsider. That's what it means. You know, when you continue to say, nobody can, they are not this, we are not that, the enemies are looking at that from that direction. As okay, there are loopholes that they can infiltrate. Asari Dokubo is currently having I think the man should be taken to I think he need to be taken to a doctor. He need to be taken to a psychiatrist because I think, you know, some of the things he did against IPOB, some of the things he did against Biafran agitation has already boomerang and is, you know, telling on him so deeply. The Igbo is keeping quiet against about Asari Dokubo does not mean they are cowards. Asari Dokubo should please take that note. Igbos keeping silent over rhetorics, attack, threats does not
but what
mean
on the final
that
note, what do you have to,
are cowards.
on the final note, what do you have to say about the broken down of relationship between Asari Dokubo and the Tinubu?
I think it was Tinubu that threw him to the gutters. It's not Asari Dokubo that threw Tinubu to the gutters. You have to get the picture very clearly. You know, he wanted to frustrate, give Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government a very dangerous image, and he threw him to the gutters. He is the one now begging Tinubu for attention at the same time. You know, and I don't think that Tinubu is going to listen to him again. As simple as that. So he can tell you, that tells you the kind of people these people are, even with the level of devastation. The Igbo man is not involved in the oil exploration. The Igbo man is not the president. The Yorubas and the Northerners. You know, so what it clearly shown is that these are the brainwashed elements of the late Edwin Clark. As simple as that. Because I got a revelation when Edwin Clark passed away. We saw the whole Northerners in his house. He saw it. The whole Northerners was in his house. When Adebanjo died, why did the whole Northerners did not visit Adebanjo? Because he believed in Biafra. He believes in restructuring. He believes that Nigeria is not working. He believes that Nigeria everybody should go their separate ways. But because these people are the people standing, say, people are not going to, what Ijaw people now, what have they benefited there? Still, the economy of the Ijaw nation is being powered by the Aba people, by the Igbo people. So you can see. We can say this. In Rivers State, they cannot even muster a voting strength to provide a governor without the Igbos in Rivers State. But you can see that tata. You see how they run. They can't come and tell me that. I always say this. Unless the Biafra did not come, unless the world did not want to recognize Biafra, that is when the truth of the matter will come. Those who knows where they belong will definitely know where they belong at the end of the day. As simple as that.